What's up guys, it's your boy Jack, or Nobledez, call me whatever, literally both, I think. And welcome to another MP4 file on my little corner of the internet. Welcome to another episode of Recently, which is another series where I cover things that have happened recently. And recently, lots happened. Kinda. First of all, we got the egg that is kinda taking the world by storm. I believe we got the most likes on Instagram, which broke the record of someone else's. I forgot their name, but I mean, I'm sure it's right there. Please edit that in, Jack. And anyways, this egg, they've started selling merch for the egg. YouTubers have jumped on the topic, of course, because who wouldn't? You know, I should jump on it. Yeah, anyways, this egg is like, it's the death egg, alright? I think it's pretty cool. A lot of people are saying it's inspiring, but I think it just kind of represents the internet culture and how dumb it can be. Next up, we got Willany, which is one of my favorite YouTubers. I should admit that. I've said it many times already, but yeah, Morg's mom overtook him. And now they're having a big battle for subscribers. It's almost like PewDiePie versus T-Series, except less extreme, less mainstream, and there's nothing really at risk here. As with PewDiePie, it was kind of individual creators versus big corporate companies. Well, that's what it kind of represented. But Willany versus Morg's mom is just kind of a man versus a mom on YouTube and subscriber count. I don't know, but sub to Willany. I'm just gonna put that here because Willany's pretty cool. He has content similar to the video you're watching right now, and in my opinion, it's pretty funny. So yeah, go check him out, guys. Next up, we got the moon. Yeah, it's like Terraria's in real life now because as of the time I'm recording this video, I don't know what the date is, but time I'm recording this, last night we had a blood moon, which I guess happens around every 2 years, except if you're in the US. If you're in the US, you won't be able to see it until 4 more years, so until like 2022, which is kinda crazy. I noticed the moon was looking weird yesterday. I didn't know what it was. It looked weird. And then I get home and I see all these people talking about the blood moon, which is kinda crazy. I don't know, I thought that's pretty cool. I didn't go out and see it because I didn't really even know about it. But I mean, if you have, you know, just let me know. Is it cool? Does it look better than like the videos of it online? I mean, I'm sure it did, but yeah. And speaking of the moon, we got Spider-Man. Those two things have nothing to do with each other. I'm bad at transitions, frick. But yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home, a trailer was just released showing Spider-Man being Far From Home. This is confirmed by some of like the producer people that chronologically this takes place after the events of Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, which pretty much proves something we already knew, which was that Spider-Man is going to survive. So I mean, I guess he's feeling pretty good now, you know? But there's been a lot of controversy over certain things in the trailer, like for example, the absence of Tony Stark. People think that it kind of shows that Iron Man probably dies in Endgame, and there's a lot of things that back this up, but there's also a lot of things to back up the fact that he might still be alive, being the emotion and expressions shown whenever Tony Stark is mentioned within the trailer. No one seems sad, you know, no one seems depresso, and you know, this supposedly happens like minutes after Endgame, so you would think that people would be at least a little saddened at the mention of Tony Stark if he just recently died, unless there's like a big time thing, because there might be time travel. I don't know, it's really confusing. I'm sure the movie itself might be confusing, yet alone talking about it on the vague facts we currently kind of have. We'll just have to wait. I think it comes out in either March or April. Don't quote me on either of those, but I think, and I can't wait. And honestly, I think Tony Stark might still be alive. It'd be really, really interesting if they killed him off, but at the same time, it wouldn't be too surprising considering the actor of Tony Stark will be retiring after Avengers Endgame, which is probably also why he's not in Spider-Man Far From Home. They don't have a new actor for him yet, if they're going to continue with him. And, okay, speaking of controversy, this is going to be a good transition. Just watch. Rice Gum versus H3H3. This all started from the whole, gambling scam that was brought to the public's attention from primarily Rice Gum and Jake Paul. They were promoting gambling to kids with this site that most likely was a scam. And by scam, I mean it had promises that weren't true, so like false things that you couldn't actually win. Most likely gave out fake items, fake branded stuff, and a lot of things was just like came to the surface after this that kind of revealed the site to be a sort of scam. And you know, even if it wasn't a scam, RiceGum and Jake Paul knowingly have really young audiences, and they did promote this to their audiences, which I think was an oopsie on their part. But I also think that like people maybe went a little overboard on you know, going all out on them. 'Cause there were bigger YouTubers that did it before them, but no one really even cared until, you know, RiceGum and Jake Paul came upon the scene and everyone jumped on it. But it doesn't justify what they did. It was still wrong. And RiceGum on top of that allegedly gave out fake Amazon gift card codes in his apology video, which made things even worse. And now there's a whole war breaking out between him and H3H3 because at the end of that response video, RiceGum said this about H3H3's wife, I think? Wife or girlfriend? I don't know.
Made up something. I don't know. He's just a big hater. And I guess it makes sense because he says he's like depressed or something, which really doesn't make sense why he's depressed, honestly, because like, I mean, money isn't everything and fame isn't everything, but like he has both of that. And like YouTube is like a dream job and people would probably want to be in his shoes, so he needs to chill out. Like I'm really trying to think. I'm not a therapist or anything, and this is like towards the end of the video, so a lot of people might not even see this, so I'm just gonna say how it is. I think this fool is depressed or whatever because his girl be just so whack. Like I'm sorry, someone has to say it, but like every time his girl is in a video, bro, it's just crickets.
So I'll just walk into the house and look through their shit and find guns.
Monotone Monica over here. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know her name, but like for real, she's just so boring, bro. And maybe you're just bored of her or just like surround with some high energy girls because like you probably can. I mean, you got the money and the clout, right? At the end of the day. Anyways, man, just be happy, man. Like quit roasting on me.
Yeah, he went after his girl on YouTube. Wasn't very smart. H3H3 just responded. There's not really like any new information coming out of this. It's just kind of them like battling back and forth. Almost like a low-key roast thing, but without the roasts. I don't know, it's sort of entertaining. I've been on top of it, kind of. But RiceGum isn't the only YouTuber that's currently getting a lot of hate. We also have Game Theory. So for those of y'all who don't know, Game Theory is a channel that does game theories. And he does have a few other ones. Well, not few, but well, a couple other ones. One also called Film Theory, where they do film theories, and another one called GT Live, Game Theory Live, which is where Matt Pat and his girl go live and play games. I mean, what do you expect from a Game Theory Live channel? But a lot of controversy has recently arisen at the release of one of his recent live streams, where he labeled a game as Undertale, didn't give a link to the game, and he also at first refused to put a link in the description to the game when confronted by the developers of the game. And yeah, a lot of things happened there. I'm not gonna go too in depth because I know a lot of other people have already gone way in depth with this, and I simply just don't need to. We're talking about recently. We're not going super deep into stuff. We're just vaguely mentioning things that have happened, alright? Yeah, I can't talk. But yeah, even PewDiePie responded to this, and he's sorta on Game Theory's side. He kinda sees their views, but he also just fails to understand, like everyone else, why Game Theory at first refused to put a link in the description to the game. Like, it's so simple. Okay, you made an oopsie not doing it at first, but if they confront you about it, just put the link in. It's really not a big deal. But what made Game Theory finally change their mind was whenever the developer of Undertale put him under fire. And transitioning from the mention of fire, I'm so good at transitions. Wendy's had their official National Roast Day, which I already have a video on. If y'all like to check it out, I have a thing to it on the end screen, so just watch the end of the video or look in the description. I might put a link there if I'm not lazy or forget. But yeah, apparently Wendy's now has a National Roast Day where they just go off on everyone. I saw a lot of people just get flamed. Like, I think they roast people more than they even do their own food, which is wow. I was hoping they'd roast me, but you know, I guess I'm just unroastable. Either that or I wasn't relevant enough to be responded to. I'm gonna go with the first option. But anyways, I think that'll be it for recently. I'm not sure if much else has happened. I know there's a lot of different communities out there. Each community has like their own big things that happen, but from my part of the community and from like what I've seen, these are the big things that have happened recently. If I've missed anything that you think should have been mentioned, be sure to talk about it down in the comments, I guess, or mention it, and I might put it in the next recently, if it's still relevant at the time of that. But yeah, enough talking about eggs, Spider-Man, the moon, rice and gum, games and theories, and Wendy's roasting people. Because I think it should be mentioned, well, you know what, if you don't care about, like, stuff revolving around my channel, then I guess the video's over. Bye. But for those of you who do care, a lot of y'all don't know that I do have a Discord channel, and the reason a lot of people don't know is because I announced this way early, like back when I had around maybe 2K subs. But yeah, if you didn't know, I have a Discord channel. If you'd like, go ahead and join. I'll put a link in the description to it. Sometimes I'll live stream, and when I go live, I do involve like my Discord channel a lot within the live streams. Sometimes I'll jump into voice channels so y'all can talk in the live stream with me, or I'll just show off whatever memes or stupidity you're sharing with me in there. But yeah, link to that in the description. Go ahead and join. And yeah, so Bitty Boy Jack or Nobledez, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.